Hello and welcome to another edition of a Parsons Progress. I'm sat by the river again, wild swimming, and this time I've brought a little picnic. I always bring some non-alcoholic beer with me. I don't really want to be in the river, half-pished. Always bring a sun hat. It's roasting hot in England today. There's a very pleasing breeze that seems to be a deterrent for all those ghastly horseflies that attack one. Anyway, this is what I'm eating, or shall be when I finished spouting forth. Just one single boiled egg and 2 bits of chicken thigh. Boneless. I'm quite fond of a little bit of thigh. Anyway, I thought I'd just talk briefly. I'll turn the camera around. I thought I would talk just briefly about this business in Paris with the Olympics. I don't know what to make of it, really. Like many people, I don't watch TV, so I didn't see it live. I saw the furore afterwards concerning the so-called blasphemous Last Supper and various drag queens and misgendered individuals wandering about the place. And that's as much as I got. Of course, what I did see was a lot of pearl clutching about the event. Now, as I say, I didn't watch it as I don't have a TV. I'm one of those sort of annoying people. Well, I have a TV, I just don't watch TV on it. I watch films. And the opera. I'm watching Tosca at the moment. Magisterial. It quite transports one back to Italy. I used to live in Sardinia many years ago. Anyway, I digress. Well, there are a lot of people who don't have televisions, and they often announce it triumphantly on the internet, on their YouTube channels or their Facebook pages. How I haven't owned television since 2015. And yet they spend the rest of the day glued to their laptops and their iPads, watching every sort of moving image imaginable and on offer to mankind. I haven't owned a TV since 2010. I don't watch TV. And the same sort of pearl clutching has been exhibited during the Paris Olympics. People like myself who haven't watched it, but clutching my pearls vicariously on behalf of those who did see it and were offended by it. People love to be offended. Now, my observations are this, that our Lord taught us not to be offended. He told us to rather cheer up when the world reviles us. If they revile me, they're going to revile you. Be of good cheer. I've overcome the world. No pearl clutching to be seen in the behaviour of our Lord. And of course the reason is clear. Because the Mass is impregnable, Holy Church is impregnable, Holy God is impregnable, and the triune Trinity that manifests God's energies to us, it's particularly to me today, the sun's beating down on me. That's a form of energy, I think. But no pearl clutching from our Lord or the disciples. There was no pearl clutching in the Colosseum as we went to our death, being gnawed on by lions. But oh no, the Paris Olympics, that's different. We are clutching our pearls. Now, that's okay if you're genuinely offended. But you know, people aren't genuinely offended about much. A lot of it is as bad as the wokianity. How do you pronounce it? The wokianists. Wokianity. You see, they clutch their pearls all the time about being misgendered, mispronounced, the various lobbies putting their sexuality front and centre before all people, particularly children. They seem to be fond of doing that. And and on this Passover scene in Paris, there was indeed a child present, which frankly is a form of child abuse as far as I can see. Anyway, to get back to the pearl clutching, we should be of good cheer, because no matter what those misguided individuals did in the planning committee for the Olympics, they've made fools of themselves. The world has rounded upon them on our behalf in many ways. I'm not going to recount all the pearl clutching that others have done about, oh, if this had been Islam, or, oh, this is terrible, you wouldn't get away with this if they were Hindus. But no, Christianity, horseflies are here. Christianity, you know, they always pick on us because we're a big bunch of softies. And I'm getting bitten. I'm being a bit of a softie now. You know, they do attack you, and I think it's the combination of the wet and the heat. So there'll be no pearl clutching from Father John today. It is unadvisable to behave in the manner in which they did. But for me, I'm more concerned not so much as the blasphemy, because every time we walk through the street, people are effing and blinding and swearing against our Lord, and we don't clutch our pearls over that, or maybe we do. We don't clutch our pearls every time we watch a violent movie with our children, where everybody is slaughtering each other, and the baddies get their comeuppance. We don't get outraged and clutch our pearls over that. So what I do take away from it, though, is I'm rather concerned that it was a demonic event in many ways. You see the perfect stage of globalism, wherein their manifesto can be set forth with all the attendant mythology of Satanism and the occult, and ancient pagan theologies. So that was more concerning, and the fact that individuals are allowed to unchallenged present. I am getting bitten. I'm going to have to go on my back and do something. Sorry, I'm a bit like... Hello, I'm back in my cottage. As you probably are aware, I was getting bitten a lot by horseflies. It was impossible to finish. I was being attacked ferociously. I was being assaulted by God's creation, you see. It's no respecter of persons. You've got to be careful with God's creation sometimes. Anyway, I'm back home now, ensconced in my very old cottage. And I just want to finish off really with what I was saying. I did receive some sort of a backlash when I drew attention to the fact that France and the French have a particular long tradition of parodying the Last Supper. But of course, they're not parodying the Last Supper. They're parodying a portrayal of the Last Supper. In other words, they're employing the motif, the tableau of the Last Supper as painted by Leonardo da Vinci. They're not actually attacking the Mass. If those diabolical creatures in Paris had been dressed in a chasuble and had 3 candles either side of the fat lady in the middle, well, I think it was a man, one could say, yes, you were making a diabolical parody of the Mass, but they were actually employing a well-used motif, a tableau, if you will, of the Last Supper as depicted by somebody else. They weren't actually having a go at our Lord or the Mass. I mean, a lot of people looking at the picture, and that's all it is. It's a picture by a person. It's not actually our Lord himself. In fact, it probably bears no resemblance to what in fact happened at the Last Supper. It certainly wouldn't have been on a table like that or in that configuration. But in the minds of a lot of Christians, that was almost like a photographic image of what actually happened. So therefore, they must be having a go at our Lord, and they must be having a go at the Holy Eucharist. Of course they're not. It is just a very well-worn motif and has been employed many times and in many different situations. So there'll be no pearl clutching from me regarding the actual portrait from Leonardo da Vinci, because that's all it is. It has been employed in a particularly demonic manner, but I don't see that as blasphemous. You've got to make a distinction between the demonic and the blasphemous. And so the pearl clutching has continued. People have totally misunderstood what I've written on my Facebook wall concerning this picture, and that it's a well-worn motif by the French. They think in some way I'm supporting the blasphemy as far as they're concerned, but of course I'm not. So I'm just going to park it there, really. I don't want to talk any further on this particular manner. It was probably very ill-advised of the Paris Olympic Committee to give the green light to these deranged images. They were certainly satanic in some respects. There was a golden calf and there was various other things. But it is not really that I wish to address. It is more the fact that the way we pile in as Christians without actually thinking anything through, because we want to display, like the woke, we want to display our credentials. We want to harvest likes. We want to be popular with the rest of the team, the rest of the tribe. And people have learnt on the internet that if you say certain things and you endorse certain things, and if you condemn other certain things, then the tribe will applaud you. And for a lot of people, the applause of the tribe is far more important than actually thinking for oneself. I recommend you think for yourself in future. I'm not going to say any more. Good day and God bless. Father John signing off, probably upsetting a few people. I was going to say like and subscribe. Well, maybe you will like to like and subscribe and make up for all those totems, as I call them, who probably will unsubscribe, because the worst thing you can do to a totem is go against the tribe. Tribe always comes first. See you on the next vid. Bye-bye.